Some of these bolts are tighter than I thought. This one right here. Oh crap. Broke one off. That can't be good. That's my story. Hello, all my friends out there in video land, YouTube land. Back with the car today. I got something very concerning. Appreciate everybody stopping by, checking out my silly channel. A lot of times it's all shenanigans and craziness because I'm not doing a whole lot with the car during the winter time. But my goal was to, let's check this out. I was going to take off the smog pump. My car still has the factory smog pump. There it is. I'll take off that crossover tube and all this stuff down in here. It cleans up the engine bay. That's the main reason I want to do it, is clean that up. And it's not doing anything for the car. It's bad news. That. I don't know what that is, but last night I cranked the car up, let it run a few minutes, just because I hadn't cranked it in about 5 days. And when I cut it off, I saw water trickling, especially right there on that spot there. Water was trickling. That is directly under my water pump. Maybe hose. I'm hoping it's a hose, but I don't know. So we're gonna crank the car again, let it trickle, and we're gonna see where it come from. But I looked in the radiator, and I noticed by how big that stain is. See how big all that water is? Looked in the radiator, and the radiator is empty. So this ain't good. Let's dig in, see what's going on. I got the car running. You can see about every 3 to 5 seconds. So we're gonna cut it off, jack it up, see what that is. Always use jacks. Jack stands. Don't just put that thing up on a jack, crawl under your car. I don't want to see nobody dead or squished or nothing like that on their YouTube video, which I doubt you put it up there because you'd be dead. But I don't want to have to hear about you dead. So, always use jack stands. Alright, y'all gonna be seeing this same time I'm seeing it. I have not looked. This will be our first reveal for all of us. Let's see. Okay, where we at? It's nasty under here, y'all, I know. It ain't the hose. I don't see it coming out of the weep hole on the water pump, though. I think I'm gonna have to get the mirror out. Chances are my water pump gasket has give up the ghost. Anybody, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know my car sit for 15 years. And when you get the, when that happens, a lot of stuff will rust. A lot of your gaskets will dry up and crack. So, could be water pump gasket. I'm gonna go back in and look a little bit harder with the mirror, see if I can find the exact source. Alrighty, I have found it, and it is my worst fear. I was hoping it wasn't the water pump gasket, but it is the water pump gasket. But I got water trickling right dead center under the bottom of the water pump housing. And I know that's it. I could see the little trail whenever I run that back and forth, the water starts running down my handle. So the bummer about that is you have to take off the AC. You can see the, let me get my light down right here. So we're gonna have to remove belt, take that off. That entire bracket is that bracket goes around, pretty big bracket. Both of those bolts got to come. So the AC, yeah, it's got to come loose. The power steering is also hooked to that bracket. Probably just unbolt it and lean it over to the side. But that's just to get that bracket off and out of the way. Pull off the main pulley right there, and then you got a bunch of little hoses. It's not real bad. It's just you got to take off a bunch of stuff just to get to it. Oh well, looks like we're gonna be having fun. Smog pump delete. Maybe a different day. Alright, step one was removing the belt. Anybody who don't know, 18mm on your idler pulley. Okie dokie, I about got this bracket loose, which is fun. It's all 14mm bolts. You will need a deep well socket for 3 of them. There's a 13mm socket, or bolt, right up under the daggone bottom, almost dead center bottom of the AC pulley. So it's just kind of a useless bolt in my opinion, and why it's a different size than the rest of them, I don't know. You tell me. 14mm deep is what you're going to want to have. There's that bracket. Good news, I get to clean that nasty thing up. Look at that. That's hundreds of thousands of miles of junk. Alright fellas, I had to do the shameful task and ask the Chevy guy to come help. Nah, he decided he wanted to come see this go on. Did you bring Camaro Man with you? I did. You did? Oh Lord, we're going to have to run him off. He might be the one who sabotaged my car. Alright, like I said, I pulled that bracket off. I don't have to take off the AC pump or the power steering pump.
Now it's up to the hoses. There's only 3 hoses, and they're all radiator clamp. Got 2 more bolts on these studs that are they're actually 15. You got to have a deep for those to get them off at the top. Those are the top 2 water pump mount bolts. Then after that, everything else looks like it might be 15s. Some of these bolts are tighter than I thought. This one right here. Oh crap. Broke one off. That's my story. It ain't all roses. Alright guys, I pulled the water pump off. How that thing works is you got water, it's a counter rotating. So water goes in here, comes out over there on that. See, there's only 2 eyelets. Thinking this gasket had just slowly give up the ghost on this side, and it was trickling down inside there and coming out the bottom of that mount. There's the back side of your water pump. You've got 2 bolts. You got a bolt there and there that hold this back plate on. I'm gonna pull them loose and see if I can see anything, but like I say, I'm thinking just by looking at this too, you can see this little rust trail right here, and it was dripping down out of the bottom. That's the bottom. It was dripping there. So I'm thinking that little rust trail right there is that it started leaking over here. So a new gasket will fix that, but I'm gonna take these 2 bolts here off and look in here and just see what I can see. All right, guys, I popped that backing plate off of there, and check this out. I don't know what that is. It can't be good, and it got sludge. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and get a brand new water pump and be done with it, because that one's got, like you can see, that dirty water's been on it, and it has built up a nice sludge deposit. I wouldn't think water should even be able to get there. That gasket should have kept anything from ever getting there, but it's built up in there. So I'm pretty sure my leak was on this side. New water pump, no worries, because I got an ear here that's done. I got to get that bolt off that broke here. That one broke. Good thing is though, it doesn't really hold a whole lot of pressure onto the gaskets, but it does a little bit. So I'm gonna have to get vice grips or something on that thing and get it off of there. All right, fellas, this is the bolt, the only bolt that broke off. And we have heated it, we've sprayed it, we've done a whole bunch of crap, and we got the vice grips on it and finally got it to start turning. We were fortunate that it broke off with about 3/8 of it hanging out versus breaking off flush. But if it had broke off flush, it just would have been a matter of drilling it and retapping. And that one thing that always slows you down by an hour and a half, this is it. Clamp, spin, reclamp, spin, wash, repeat, and dry. That's what kills you right there. Hallelujah. Okay. Alright guys, now we're going purple power. Get your 10% discount by telling them Willie sent you. No, probably not going to work. Just mention Yellow Fox Body Guy and they'll probably just laugh at you. Alright, there she is, cleaned up a bit. I'm going to put a fan on it out here, dry it up. I'm going to put a fan on it, go ahead and let everything dry up real good. I'm going to clean up the rest of that housing. There's the new water pump. And then I got, this here's the one that goes on the inside. I'm going to now sand all of the surface where my gasket is going to be adhering to. Then blow it down with an air hose whenever I'm done. Gasket sealer all the way around where that new gasket's going, and I'm gonna bolt it on because it does not come. Okay guys, here's something I made a boo-boo. I didn't really pay attention to where I pulled all these different, you know, there are different lengths. I got a couple of replacement ones where I broke that one and some ones that look shabby, but you know, you got these special studded ones. CJ Pony Parts has these, and let me show you something. Here's how you cheat. Right there is a diagram of where they go, so that's what I'm gonna go by. Okay, before I put these bolts in, I'm going to put some anti-seize lubricant on them. That way I don't break anything if I have to pull them suckers back out. Put some anti-seize. Okay, you can see I got the bolts sticking through. These are the right length. I know where they go in the car. I went ahead and cleaned this thing up real good. Primered it. Painted it nice satin black. Alrighty, water pump weren't too bad putting in. It lined up decent. Had to remember to put the 2 hoses on for your heater stuff. The bracket was kind of iffy. We had to, of course, move and finagle and do all kinds of crazy stuff. That's about it, other than got to put on the pulley and the belt. Put some agua in it. Alright, we got everything back together. You can see my beautiful satin plate. I also painted the pulley. That was about the only things I took off, but yeah. It's not hard, guys. It's just aggravating. Probably your gasket, making sure you don't break your gaskets and stuff. I put, like I say, I put sealant on both sides of them, especially around the hose, your inlets. All my hoses are attached. I see nothing. And you see nothing? If we see nothing, that's the good thing, right? No drippy drops. I don't like drippy drops. Alrighty, we got everything on and let the car warm up nicely. And no leaks at the thermostat. We did notice a steam coming off the radiator, and it appears I've got a little pinprick hole somewhere in here. Either I bumped it or it was just time for it to happen. Not sure, but we're gonna have to get a new radiator now. And I'm not even gonna make a video on that, show you guys. You know how that works. Easy work. And I will, as you can see, it's blowing steam. We're doing a steam test right now. Yep. 6.6 Chevelle guy just got all choked up. Look at there.
All right, so that's that. I got to get a new radiator before I go driving very far, but that's no big deal. That's a pretty simple change out. Appreciate everybody watching. That'll, you know, I'm not going to show you how to put a radiator in. It's easy, but that's it. I'm happy with the water pump. Everything looks good there, so we're done on that part. No leaks that we could find. So, happy riding. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hitting the like button if you will. If you didn't like the video, hit the like button anyway versus the other one. It's just way better. Appreciate everybody watching. God bless you all. Peace.